All right, let's talk about some NFL pick'ems and some player prop bets that just might put some cash in your pockets for Week 11. New York Post betting analyst Eric Richter is on the ones and twos with us. My man, everyone's locked in on this Saturday. You can put some money in these people's pockets. You got two NFL games with the spread that you think are pretty much sure things. What are those two?
All right, I'm about to make it rain on you right here. So first pick of the day. Let's talk about the Miami Dolphins playing against, your guy here, Antonio Pierce. He's the king of New York right now. He's dominating the Giants. He beat the Jets. He's riding on cloud nine. But I'm going to temper expectations here for a second. Raiders' run defense is among the worst in the league, 8th worst according to Pro Football Focus. The Miami Dolphins are leading the league in yards per rush attempt by a lot, by over 1 yard. I think the Miami Dolphins run it down the Raiders' throat. I don't even think this is a close one. I think this is a laugher. The Miami Dolphins are not the Jets. They are not the Giants. This one's not going to be close. We're going Miami Dolphins minus 12.5. They're a great parlay piece. Give me the Dolphins all day. Sorry, Antonio. Sorry, BL.
It's all good, man. I love AP. He's the big homie, but again, you're saying fins up and get these people's cash up. What was the second game that you like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not being too kind to you here on this Saturday. We're going with Washington minus 8.5. Tommy DeVito. I went to Don Bosco. Tommy DeVito looks like a high school quarterback, and all due respect, he's not that guy. Sam Howell and Washington's playing pretty well. Yeah, their defense isn't great, and they did trade Sweat. They did trade Chase Young, but 8.5 just too much respect. Giants offense has just been abominable. Saquon Barkley, maybe he can get in the end zone once, but he's not going to score 4 times. Giants defense can't stop a nosebleed. Give me Washington minus 8.5, and another good parlay piece, if you know what I'm talking about.
Man, we're supposed to be colleagues. Can you pull the knife out of my back right here? E2 Brute? Jeez.
Yeah, it's all love, though.
Hey. At the end of the day, Vegas does not care about our feelings. So you got some player prop bets that you like as well. Talk to me.
Yeah, so we're rolling here on player props. Jaylen Warren is the best running back in Pittsburgh. I know, they have Najee Harris, and Najee Harris is fine, but Jaylen Warren's taken over that backfield. His snap counts have increased steadily over the last couple weeks, and he went over 100 yards in his last game. I actually think that this total's too low. He split carries last week, split snaps last week, which is the highest snap percentage that he's gotten all year. I think the Steelers can ride Jaylen Warren here over 38.5 rushing yards as the pick. I think it's so low because the Browns' defense is that good. But Jaylen Warren's just the amount of work that he's getting is just too high. He had 101 rushing yards last week. I'd recommend even going long shot here and seeing if you can get an alternate total at 100 plus yards. But 38.5 is the most widely available. Get on BetMGM or Caesars or something like that.
Yeah, you leave it to Mike Tomlin. My man's going to have running backs in that backfield. What else you got for us?
But then we move on here. We got Kyler Murray. He's back. He is Arizona's quarterback, and he is running wild. So last week he only had 33 yards rushing, but I'm going for him to run a little bit more in a shootout in Houston. Highest total of the week, 49.5. Kyler Murray going to look to run wild in Houston. Also, I like his anytime touchdown score bet. He is plus 240 on FanDuel. I think that's excellent odds. I think you get under minus 200 after how great he looked last week. Not only that, but Houston is going to be 3-4 touchdowns per team here. So I'm going to go Kyler anytime rushing touchdown plus 240, and then you sprinkle a little bit on over 40 rushing yards. You don't have to parlay those or anything, but I think that Kyler Murray is going to have a really good rushing performance in a shootout game against Houston.
All right, you like K1 on the day? He's like you say, he's back, man. The dude is like he never left. It's crazy how guys can come back from these ACL injuries and just look a lot more athletic than I've ever looked. What else do you have for us?
The last prop of the week for me, Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's like the forgotten man in this offense. And I know we already talked about the Dolphins. They're 12.5-point favorites and all that good stuff. Jalen Waddle's the forgotten guy. I don't understand this 4.5 receptions total. He's had at least 6 targets in every game. He's got one of the highest target to catch ratios in the NFL. He catches everything. He doesn't drop balls. And Tua is one of the most accurate throwers. I think Waddle here, as he surpassed this number in almost every week this year, including 5 straight. Jalen Waddle over 4.5 receptions seems like a gift. Honestly, it should be 5.5. Jalen Waddle is one of the best receivers in the league that nobody wants to talk about, and that's a shame. But he is, I'll take it. I'll take the extra value here as a better. That's just the way we do. That's the way we roll here.
Jalen Waddle is the greatest Miami Dolphins wide receiver to wear number 17 since Brandon London. That could be some sort of bet or trivia question right there. Eric, hey, I'm loving the bets. I'm loving the prop bets. You just might put some cash in these people's pockets. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at eRichter with 3 R's. Also on Instagram, same handle. And, NewYorkPost.com. I'm on Fridays. I have a column in the paper. And then also on NY Post Online, interviews, picks, the whole news, anything you need. I'm there, man.
All right. Thanks for hopping on with us, man.
I appreciate you, Bill.